See, the so-called white man, he can't see. He blind. The Chinese, the Arab, the African, they can't see. They blind. They don't know what's going on. And the 2/3 of our people, they blind too. Let me get Isaiah. Is it in Isaiah 9? Isaiah chapter 6. Chapter 6. Okay. I'm going to start at verse 9. Isaiah 6 and 9. It said, he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see indeed, but perceive not. See, they hearing, but they not hearing. They hearing a noise, but they not understanding what the noise is about. It says, they see indeed, but perceive not. So they seeing with their eyes, but they don't know what the heck is going on. They still lost. Verse 10, he say, make the heart, meaning the mind, make the mind of these people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed. See, he don't want them to be healed due to the wickedness, because when you see, sin is going to make you dodge the bullet. See, if you know something's coming, you going to move out the way. But he don't want them to see. That's why he blinding their eyes. He's shutting their ears. See, they gonna see it, but it's gonna seem like something out of the norm. They can't understand what's going on. What the heck is that? It's like seeing a UFO in the sky. They don't know what it is. They say, I see some lights up there, but I don't know what it is. Is it a plane? Is it a helicopter? They don't know what it is. They seeing it, but they don't understand. You see? And he said he don't want them to convert, to change, or heal. Now this is clear. Let's go to Matthew 13. Start at 9. And Yahweh love to say this too. Because he said in Revelations 2. In Matthew 13 and 9, he say, who have ears to hear, let him hear. Pretty much meaning who can understand, let them understand, because hearing go hand in hand with understanding. Verse 10, he said, and disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? Verse 11, he said, he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the secrets of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. So he's not giving it to all Israelites, because Yahweh and the apostles, they was in Israel. They was surrounded by Israelites. He said he speaking in parable, and he got 500 people listening. See, but they hearing what he's saying, but they still don't know what the heck he talking about. Say we hearing he's a Messiah or he's a prophet, but we don't know what he talking about. What he trying to do? They totally blind to the situation. And the apostles, they knew it. They say, well, why you keep talking to them in parables? Why you not coming out and telling them what's going on? Why you telling them a story and they don't know what the story is about? They can hear the story and they understand the story, but they don't know what the story means. Same thing with the prophecy. Most of these blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they went to the Christian church and they heard the prophecies, they heard the visions, the parables. They don't know what it's talking about. Hey, and that's the evidence of God. How you gonna look at a movie and you don't know what the heck the movie is about? You come out the movie theater talking about, I saw the whole movie. I don't know what they were talking about. I don't understand nothing that the movie. Something wrong, man. Something amazing is happening. Now let's get into the see, the prophecies is very powerful. Revelation 19:10. I'm gonna get the whole verse. He say, and I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am your fellow servant and of your brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship God, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. See, the spirit of prophecy is Yahushua. They call him the Word of God. See, he come in the volume of the book. But knowing about him and knowing about what he did, it all goes back to prophecy. That's why Ecclesiasticus, 39 verse 1, it says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient. See, the wisdom of the ancient is the prophecy. See, they was given prophecies that was given to them by the Most High. It says, we'll seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecy. See, they will be occupied in prophecy because prophecy is the main situation. Let's get one of these prophecies. Let's see, Deuteronomy 30. I'm gonna start at Deuteronomy 30. I'm gonna start at verse 3. It says that then the Lord your God will turn your captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations, whether the Lord your God have scattered you. Verse 4, if any of you be driven out unto the outmost part of heaven, from hence will the Lord your God gather you, and from hence will he fetch you. Verse 5, and the Lord your God will bring you into the land which your fathers possessed, and you shall possess it, and he will do you good and multiply you above your fathers. Verse 6, he said, and the Lord your God will circumcise your heart and the heart of your seed, your children, to love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul, that thou may live it. Now here go the major prophecy. And the Lord your God will put all these curses upon your enemies and on them that hate you, which persecute you. See, that's what's going on now. He putting all the curses on the so-called white man and all these other nations that's been persecuting us, that hate us. He putting the curses on them. That's why the economy is shot. The stock market is shot. The transporting of goods is shot. You got the trucks, the trucking company, they having problems, shortages. The prices of the trucks done went up. They can't transport goods like they supposed to. He hitting them with pestilence because he hit us with pestilence. Let me get that in Deuteronomy 28 and 60. Deuteronomy 28 and 61, he say, also every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Lord bring upon you until you be destroyed. See, there ain't no plague coming, ain't no sickness coming out of nowhere. The Lord is sending the plague. The Lord is sending the sickness, disease, the viruses. He's sending them. And not only is he sending it to the disobedient one, but he's sending it to the enemies of the children of Israel. See, that's why he say all these curses will I send on your enemies and those that persecute and hate you. I'm gonna send these viruses to them. And they people's gonna be dropping dead. These are the prophecies, man. And these people don't understand the prophecy. They battling with the prophecies. That ain't what that means. That's because they can't see it. They can't see the meaning of the prophecy. Deuteronomy 28 and 68. It say the Lord shall bring you into bondage again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto you, you shall see it no more again. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondman and bondwoman, and no man shall buy you. See, ain't but one nation on earth was sold to their enemy. See, when you go into the history book, or you can just go to Google and you look up the greatest slavery, the greatest slave trade, the greatest selling of humans, you gonna run into the Atlantic slave trade. It's the greatest in history. There's no other period of time that people was being sold to their enemy that was greater than the slave trade. See, it's clear evidence. And this is the prophecy that happened. He told them 3,000 years ago. When you go on the Jewish calendar go back 4,782 years from now, right now. So 3,000 of those years, he told them what was going to happen when they came out of Egypt. And it came to pass. Now you got wicked Negroes trying to tell people that nobody came over here on slave ship, trying to debunk the history. But the enemy will tell you that you came over here on slave ship. And people got names. They got their slave master name on them still. They got generations of their slave master name on them. See, many generations. You can't hide 3 generations of Negroes that got their slave master name on them. It's too evident. They'll tell you, I came from Mississippi. No, you didn't. You came from somewhere else. You weren't always in Mississippi. They brought you behind the Mississippi because they got your name. They got their name on you. How you got to Mississippi with a white man name? Is your name? Do you got a white ancestor? No. The only way you got his name is because you was his slave. Now, when you go into the New Testament in Acts, Acts chapter 3, it tells you exactly what was going on. Is it 29? It might be 29. Oh, 39, that's what it is. Acts 2 and 39. It says, for the promise is unto you and to your children and to all that are afar off, even as many as the Lord our God shall call. See, when you get to talking about children and fathers, you talking about a bloodline. Let's get a Peter. Peter understood this. And when Yahushua was talking to Peter, he asked Peter 3 times. He said, feed my sheep. He said, Peter, feed my sheep. See, he reiterated the main situation and the main person, because he didn't just tell this to anybody. He told it to Peter. So in Peter's first book, now Peter, he was one of the apostles that wrote his book almost last. He was right before Apostle John. Apostle John was the last one to write his book. But Peter wrote his book right before John. See? So he hadn't seen everything that went on with Paul and with all these other writings, read them and everything. Then he wrote his book. Now, this is what Peter said in 1 Peter 2 and 9. He said, but ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation. See, not a Christian church, a holy nation. A nation is a family. A nation is a bloodline. A peculiar people, that ye shall show forth the praise of him who have called you out of darkness in his marvelous light. Then the next verse he quote in Hosea 1 and 10. He said, which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of God. See, in Hosea, they was telling them, y'all was going to be in captivity, and they going to be telling y'all, you not the children of Israel. What are you talking about? You just a black. You just a blackie. You just a slave, man. What are you talking about? See, that's what they're going to be saying when you're in captivity. You are not a people. But Peter was letting it be known. You are a chosen generation, a holy nation. He was letting it be known what that verse was talking about. Let me get Hosea 1 and 10 to make it plain. Apostle Paul brought up the same situation. I think in Romans 9. Let me check that real quick. Yeah, Romans 9. 9 and like the 20th verse. Let's get Hosea. So Peter and Paul quoted Hosea, the first chapter, verse 10. Hosea, the first chapter, verse 10, he say, "Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them," what place is that? The land of their captivity, the land of bondage, of United States of America. It says that in the place where it was said unto them, "You are not my people," there it shall be said unto them, "You are the sons of the living God." Verse 11. Then the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together. So he wasn't talking about no freaking heathen. He was talking about the children of Judah and the children of Israel. All right, let's get Jeremiah chapter 16. He said they're gonna be gathered together. When they start calling them the sons of the living God, when they start calling them from the tribe of Judah, from the tribes of Israel, they're gonna be gathered together. Now Jeremiah 16 and 14. It say, "Therefore behold, the days come, says the Lord, that it shall be no more said, the Lord liveth, that brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt." Verse 15. "But the Lord liveth, that brought the children of Israel from the land of the north." What land of the north is that? That's North America. That's where the children of Israel is in captivity. North America. He say, "And from all the lands," what lands is those? You got Haiti, Jamaica, Antigua, the island. You got the UK. They were scattered all over the place. It says, "And all the lands whether he have driven them, and I will bring them again into their